Hey guys, Ningen here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and today we are going to be jumping into the legendary Goku event with our terrifying Conquerors team here, making use of a LR TURLES army friend, since we didn't pull him. And yeah, we're going to see how he can do in this event. Not designed for long form events, because he's obviously not a stacker or anything like that, but we're going to see how he can do at 55%. Running a pretty solid Terrifying Conquerors team here. We're going to be running Golden Frieza and probably Cooler, I guess, as one of the rotations. Because we can transform Cooler pretty early and just start laying waste to Goku throughout the various phases here. So we've started off with him on turn 1 with the TURLES. This guy is fairly link leveled. Shout out to Shadow, my head Discord mod. I think I used his one in a video the other day and didn't specifically mention it because I hadn't noticed it was him in the friends list. I literally picked the one that had the best skill orbs equipped, and then he commented to point out that it was him. So his links have definitely gone up 1 or 2 levels since that we recorded that video. So look at that. This isn't Super Battle Road. Surviving with a sliver of health and then super attacking me. That's the wrong mode. There we go. So we'll take you out straight away. And then, let's see. I'm just interested to see like how we can do once we start getting to the slightly further in stages. Because the Legendary Goku event is not necessarily difficult anymore because of the amount of units in the game that can infinitely stack their defense. But there are still units that, even though they are very good in other situations, are not super good in this event. And then, of course, bear in mind as well the fact that the LR TURLES is only 55%. So again, he's not like, this definitely isn't his like optimal event to be run in, but I wanted to see just how well he could do here. If we get to one of the later stages and then he gets us killed, then there you go. I guess that's kind of a good evaluation of how well he'll perform in this mode. I'm not too fussed about like, if we get to like STRUI Goku and then the LR TURLES army gets us killed, then I'm still going to keep it in the video because that'll be a an accurate representation of how well he does in this mode. So now we've got Toa on rotation for some support. So we do have 150k defense. I believe that's the highest his defense will be throughout the run here. Because does he raise? He doesn't raise defense at all. And then from his passive, I guess when the enemy is stunned, he can get extra defense, but you can't stun Goku at any point during this event. So I guess that's technically the highest that we're ever going to see his defense, because I think Toa is the best support unit that we have on this team. But, I mean, 150k is still pretty good, but it definitely means we will be taking damage from normal attacks once we get to, like, the UI Goku phases at least. But a 5 million attack stat. We hit the 24 key, so attacks effective against all types. So yeah, even though the enemy is AGL, no crit, but we did 3.5 million damage. And that KO screen is just so good. So, alright, perfect. So we'll go ahead and do this. I do love Cooler's transformation, even now. Alright, so Cooler is transformed. That's the great thing as well, because this team isn't running units who need loads of time to stack. It doesn't matter, we could just transform Cooler early and start, like, you know, smashing through these early stages. I think Cooler with his guaranteed crits probably just takes out Goku, but I'm going to save all of those STR orbs there just in case we do get another turn with the TURLES army here against Super Saiyan 2 Goku. But yeah, after the crit from Frieza, I think it's probably going to be over fairly quickly, because Cooler only at a 2.5 for this turn, but of course now that he has transformed into his final form, he infinitely stacks attack. So super attack, yeah, okay. Now the good thing about getting supered kind of early on, I guess, is the fact that we didn't quite drop low enough, but the TURLES army has the active skill that you can use 8 turns after the start of the battle, or if you're below 60% HP, bypassing the turn restriction. And of course, that's going to be super useful. But we didn't quite drop low enough here, so that's fine. AGL TURLES obviously transformed, so is not providing support. Still a great link partner, and obviously when he transforms, he's a really solid unit by himself. But yeah, look at that. Double-digit damage on the TURLES army, and then 4.4. Yeah, you can see that 40% extra support that the AGL TURLES would have been giving definitely plays a huge part in his attack stat being what it can be. I'm still just so impressed with this unit. Like, at 55% on a team where we're running him as a lead, so only 130 leader skill, and then obviously the 170 from the friend Cooler, and he's still able to put out like 5 million attack stats at 55%. So good. Right, so Super Saiyan 3 Goku, yeah, he's going to be in trouble here. Super attacking Golden Frieza, big mistake, 96 damage. And then our boy Cooler here with the support from Toa up to 3 mil, guaranteed crits. Like, that's the thing, Cooler's defense might not be the best, but like once you get him transformed in the legendary Goku event, he's just going to like slap this guy around. Look at that. So Toa, we can still lower attack against Super Saiyan 3 Goku, so that's going to be pretty useful here, because otherwise Toa, I mean, she would kind of get beaten around a little bit, but obviously Cooler now that he's transformed, that doesn't lower attack. This TURLES is still transformed. So in fact, let's let him finish off Goku here. So let me chill on the same type orbs. Next turn we want to build it up, because I would quite like to get the Dokkan attack with the TURLES army. So I don't want the bar to get so high that we can't avoid the Dokkan attack next turn. So yeah, nice big damage from you. And then let's move on here. So God Goku, this is the point where normally it starts to get a little bit more tricky. But we can put Cooler, Golden Frieza in slot 1, so he's not going to take any damage. And then no same type orb for you. Boom. So Dokkan attack guaranteed for next turn for the LR TURLES army. AGL TURLES should be untransformed by this point, so we're actually going to get his attack buff. So yeah, we should see some very solid damage. Hopefully we can get the 24 key super, because we're definitely not going to take anywhere near enough damage here with Golden Frieza blocking all of these attacks to get low. And oh wait, no, we're past turn 8. Oh, okay, so Dokkan attack is going to be with the active skill, which means the full 24 key super. So big damage, especially because we get the attacks effective against all types. Oof. Obviously, Cooler kind of going off a little bit here. I wish if he could like triple super and just kill Goku, that would be good. Because then we don't have to use the active skill on a Goku who's almost dead. Or sorry, active skill, Dokkan attack. But it looks like that is exactly what we're going to have to do. Which is unfortunate, because we're on full HP as well. Oh, well, we don't need to use the active skill, so I'll save it. Because the active skill, essentially, all it does, I say all it does because it's very useful, but all it does is give you 24 key guaranteed. But obviously, TURLES with 24 key is super effective against all types and has a chance to additional super. So if you can get him to 24 key naturally, then obviously there's literally no reason to use the active skill other than, you know, to see the animation, because it is very cool. But we don't need to use it here because we can just get 24 key anyway. Means we can save it for later on, as he is the first LR that can use his active skill twice. So we can still have activations of it for these later stages. Which is good for, like, especially, for example, the next phase. Wow, 5.7 million damage. Okay. Because, yeah, the next phase is AGL. So now, if we're not getting the 24 key for the TURLES, he's obviously going to be quite restricted in the amount of damage that he can do. So let's save up all these int orbs at the side here. So yeah, we'll do this. So Golden Frieza, I mean, he's not going to take a lot of damage on the worst of times, but against a type advantage enemy, he's going to be perfectly fine here. Cooler is in the middle where there's no attacks, so we don't need to worry about him getting like supered to death or something. And he gets guaranteed crits as well. So yeah, he's up to 3 mil. The that in Final Form Frieza, I think he gives like 20% attack and defense to allies when there's a Goku family enemy. So he's not the best support unit, but he's also a really good tank against Goku family enemies. So I figured he'd be a decent enough unit to bring and float in the 3rd spot, because he's providing a little bit of support, but then at the same time he's not going to get like absolutely destroyed. So alright, well, we can get the 24 key again. So let's do this. We'll do this. Alright, what's our defense? So 160k. So normal attacks. I feel like normal attacks we should be fine, right? A super would do a lot of damage, but normal attacks we should be good. And we're getting the type effectiveness from having 24 key. Yeah, 8,000. That's not too bad. And then 4,000. Okay, so that's 12,000 from 2 attacks. That's pretty good. And then, yeah, super effective. As long as we take him out here, we're good. Ooh. There we go. There's that additional super from getting the 24 key. So just shy of 3 million attack stat. There we go. We get the crit and take him out. Good stuff. Because, yeah, the follow-up normal attacks after that wouldn't have been so bad. But I'd have had a horrible feeling that one of them would have been a super. And then we could seriously have been in trouble. So we'll go ahead and do this. This is definitely not the kind of team that we can get like an easy no items run, because units like Toa, Cooler, if he gets super attacked, like they would get slapped around a little bit. So I'm more than happy to pop a defensive item here. And then, yeah, we'll see what kind of damage we can do against UI Goku next turn. I mean, this team's getting through this run fairly quickly, but I do often notice, like, once you get to the UI Goku phases, that's when it starts to take a little bit longer. Like, sometimes it can take you, the amount of time it takes you to get up to STR UI Goku, it can then take you that exact same amount of time again to get through those last 2 stages, just because he has so much HP, plus he can dodge. The STR one obviously doesn't really do it as much as the IN one, but yeah, it's always frustrating, especially when he dodges like the hardest hitting unit on the rotation, but then doesn't dodge like, you know, Toa, who doesn't really do any damage. So yeah, see, she still takes damage even with the item active. Okay, so we can't get 18 key, so we got 108, well, 180k, plus of course we have the item active, so let's go ahead and use this. Yeah, I love his transformation. It's great. Wow, active skill. Right, so we might as well grab them then, I guess. So we'll grab these, and then we'll get same type orbs for you and for you. What is your defense on AGL, TURLES? Yeah, 111. It's not great, but obviously mine is full level 10 links. So linked up with the TURLES army, he's getting some pretty good links active here. And then, yeah, we'll do this. Don't need to worry about the freezer in the last spot, because he tanks with damage reduction against Goku anyway. So, yeah, double digit damage. 4.96. So, yeah, I mean, TURLES is very, very good. I guess the good thing about TURLES, so he is one of those units, as you can see, like for these couple of videos where I've been showing him on some different builds, I've had to use him as a friend because I didn't get him. But that's one of the great things. He's one of those units that can be used in that way. So for a lot of people, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to summon on his banner at all. Maybe try like 1 or 2 multis to see if you get lucky. But legendary banners are always like not good banners to chase units. But yeah, the great thing about him is he's one of those units where you can quite comfortably run him alongside like a Cooler and run a Terrifying Conquerors build. And then even though you're getting the slightly lower leader skill from him, as you can see from this run, like we're still hitting some ridiculously high numbers with most of these units. And that's what's really good, because sometimes a unit comes out who the unit themselves is really good, but their leader skill maybe isn't so great. And so if you don't pull them, you don't really get much of a chance to use them, because you don't really want to use their leader skill all that much. Like Worthy Rivals is not a terrible team, but I would say that's kind of like an issue with not having the physical Angel Vegeta, for example. Like if you want to get a chance to use him, you'd have to run like a Worthy Rivals team, because that's his leader skill. Whereas, you know, if you've pulled him, you can use him on the Super Saiyan 2 team, Vegeta family, like a bunch of other different teams, right? So at least with the TURLES, You are restricting your team building a little bit, obviously, because you do have to run full Terrifying Conquerors, but you're able to run still a very solid team. So he has 150k defense, and then Toa's taking a bunch of hits in the back, so probably should use an item here. Yeah, we'll just use a Nurse Chi-Chi, and then we'll do this. So let's see. Don't dodge the TURLES army. That would be really unfortunate. So what are we going to take from here? We got Nurse Chi-Chi active, which obviously is going to reduce a huge amount. Wow, wow. Okay. Damn. Oh wait, can he? Oh, he can't be attack lowered, can he? So yeah, the Nurse Chi-Chi item doesn't actually work in the end of the Legendary Goku event. So we are actually going to die. Well, I said if we died, I'd leave it in the video. So there you go. Epic fail moment on my part. I completely forgot that because you can't lower attack, you literally can't use the Nurse Chi-Chi item. So so we saw the TURLES army take 300k damage from the super attack. Obviously, if we'd used an Icarus, we would have been fine that turn. But there you go. I have to get ready and go to work fairly soon. So I guess we'll leave it at that. I did say I would leave it in if I died. But overall, I would say he does pretty well at 55% in this event. He's not designed for this event. So obviously, once you get near to the end, he starts to take quite a bit more damage. But he is still very good. Obviously, under double cooler leads, his stats would be slightly higher. And then obviously with dupes, full level 10 links, etc, etc. But yeah, he's still very solid in this event. But I mean, this event isn't really the benchmark for testing units anymore, because most people just build like infinite defense stacking teams and get through this event without any issue. But there you go. So let me know what you think of TURLES down below. Have you been doing, like I said, and using him as a friend, or did you get lucky enough to pull him? Let us know down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links to my Discord and the merch store in the description, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.